I'm Brianna Zinn, director of Capricinella. Over the 2023 World Series break, we lost our beloved security guard Hank Cash. This is an enormous loss for our staff and crew, for his family, and for his thousands of fans. Hank loved this show and everything it stood for. He will forever be an inspiration for their constant desire to keep the staff, cast, and crew safe, and for the love of his family. Also on December 7, 2023, the Fort Wayne-Waynedale community lost a beloved member in Perla Neto. Perla was one of the first to welcome Ava to Fort Wayne in 2018. She will forever be an inspiration for future Fort Wayne transplants. On behalf of everyone here at Capricinella, thank you for everything, Hank and Perla.
Ava, this is what came up, and I thought you should be aware of it.
I'll say, looking at this note, this does scream a threat. A terroristic threat at that. But definitely grounds for non-renewal of the lease.
I agree. I'll have to scan it and type up an incident report. I'm glad I intercepted this up given what went on September 27th, 2023.
Looking at this letter, and this kind of threat, Ava.
It's not only a threat, but this is downright bad to say the goddamn least.
We're gonna have to get you out of your lease at Gulfview.
It's not working out despite our best efforts.
Well, I always spoke to Stelhorn Point Apartments and looking into Orchard Place again, and it does look promising despite a wait list.
I did speak to a neighbor I had at Woodview Manor recently. It's basically part Black Pine Flats, part Gulfview.
On the legal standpoint, Rochelle, Lori, and I are going to screen and charge them for the violation that jeopardizes the safety and welfare of tenant.
It's very clear that the management at Gulfview have not been on board all this time.
Termination of lease is inevitable.
This is not good. But this is certainly not good. This is certainly not good.
Go get them, fat cat.
Hey! Shut your fucking mouth.
Consider yourself lucky I did not bring the Fort Wayne Police Department in today because a couple of weeks ago, on October 27th, I intercepted what appears to be a threat to Ava's safety and welfare.
Sir, isn't the Ring doorbell enough? I didn't think it would be such a big deal. It'll blow over and be done for.
Ava Zinn takes threats like these very seriously. We have to investigate each one, and as someone who works for us intercepted as in a quarterback throws an interception that letter.
With that being said, we have to take this a bit further.
It is against the lease agreement.
Mrs. Fike, we are aware of it now, and my job as a security officer who works for the same AVA Zinn. The Ava Zinn I've known since 1999 has a zero tolerance of criminal activity, and the security camera pointed outside was helping Ava.
Still, it's against the lease. I would never do anything like that to threaten the welfare and safety of Ava. Though, I do admit to causing Ava's injury last year and rectified that. What more do you want?
Unfortunately, this is why Ava's cat Caprice has hissed at you and Mr. Brandon Howell at least 250 times since last year, puffed her tail 100 times, and called you Trampy Tara behind your back. Additionally, Ava's dog, Ella, did hump Brandon's leg on at least 2 occasions.
The bottom line is that Ava is in fear. It's not just Ava, also Caprice, Ella, her wife Brianna, and every single one of Ava's family, friends, and visitors.
You might be another Jenny Conrad.
And Brandon might be another Dr. Vance Maloney.
What the hell are you talking about?
Ava is in so much fear that she gave me a copy of that letter. So, you see, it doesn't blow over. It certainly isn't a joke at all.
What?
Listen, this is where I want you to look at it, and the letter itself, whether or not you believe it is against the lease, it created as much of a panic compared to 9/11.
No wonder Ava hasn't taken Ella out to use the restroom as much because of that. The fear, and at that point, if the roles were reversed, would you want yourself in that position?
I'm sorry.
An apology will not do it. Do expect Ava not to renew her lease and Ava moving out come June 1st, 2024.
Girls, we need to talk. What is it? Well, Hank and George, not Hank and George, but George and I paid a little visit. Was it about those security cameras that are outside? Must be. Yeah, you girls are right. Thank goodness. My security guard, George, was with me when it happened. And a couple weeks ago, it was actually George Williamson who intercepted a fateful letter. And right then and there, I knew this was definitely a threat to my security and safety. And it was handled like it was posted as a threat online. And that's what I took it as. So what this means is, this is grounds for terminating my lease. They're lucky I'm not going to give them a 30-day notice. That'll happen in May. Between April and May. But I will tell them that they're going to get a 90-day non-renewal notice. Despite things getting improved here, it was not enough. And now, Caprice, Ella, and I are going to be moving for a third time in 2 fucking years. People do not know is I have a surprise. And right before Hank Cash passed away, he and George actually suggested that I wear a body cam. And I'll be getting that on my 41st birthday. So, we'll just wait and see how things go.
Damn it. It's just not right. That fucking dickhead and groundskeeper, if it was just me, I'd go head to head, without any fucking doubt. I will drag them out to the parking lot by their fucking shirts, kick and stomp the living shit out of them. What they're doing to Ava's bullshit. I don't know, maybe it's just with trans women like Ava and I are just being goddamn petty for crying out loud.
No one is petty, Rachel and Ava. It is those shitty assholes there or even many apartment complexes that have lost touch with the little things that matter. When I lived at Woodview Manor, I have offered the property manager their countless ideas for adding some pizzazz to that complex.
And what the fuck did that get us? Tracy and I lived at Preston Point before we bought a home. Right now, all we want for Ava is for her and Brianna just have a whole goddamn year without any fucking problems or issues. Sure, people thinking and talking shit about Ava and thinking she's now too fat, too slow, too fucking this, too fucking that.
That's how we all should feel. It just kinda sucks that the intensity is coming out during a very critical moment like this and not necessarily during.
You know, fuck.
Well, what do you want me to tell Ava?
Let's remember that Ava almost died last year for this shit. And we're not going to be told that Ava hasn't given her fucking 110% because she's doing her goddamn best with what she has available. Dancing around like motherfucking Mickey Rooney all goddamn day. Ava almost fucking died from this shit last year. She is here again and she fucking doesn't want to lose her goddamn cool.
Maybe you and Ava should try home ownership, buying a house.
God forbid, if Ava wanted to go that fucking route, Ava and I could just walk around Glenbrook Square or Jefferson Point and think about the Lord Jesus Christ or atheism or another religion that's fucked up.
Again with your top 4 headlines at 4, and we are learning more about the woman stabbed yesterday at the Waynedale Kroger who later died at the hospital. The Allen County coroner identified her as 59-year-old Perla Nieto. Her family says she spent her life helping a lot of other people, spending a lot of time at Studi Elementary School, working with English language learners, for instance. She was also a long-time employee at the grocery store along Bluffton Road. Her nieces tell 21 Alive News the community support they've been receiving has been overwhelming.
I want to thank everybody for, the prayers and for, the support that they're giving. And, just this, it's just amazing how, how the community came out and did all this for her, because I couldn't even ask it for a better person.
The Kroger in Waynedale remained closed today and should reopen tomorrow, we understand. Now, the suspect in this case, 30-year-old Jamar J. Lewis, told police he returned to the store solely to attack Nieto after police say some kind of disturbance took place earlier there. Stay with 21 Alive News for more on the case and more reaction to this story on air, online, and on social media. And coming up at 5, we're going to have continuing teen coverage and a live report for you ahead of a vigil that's planned for tonight at the Waynedale Kroger.
Perla Nieto was 59 years old. Members of her family spoke with our Taylor Williams, who joins us with the story.
Her nieces say it doesn't seem real. Their aunt was a loving wife, mother, and grandmother who is already so missed.
She came to work expecting to come back home, and she never will come back home again.
Sisters Tina Ramirez Oliva and Maribel Ramirez Johnson say the loss of their aunt Perla Nieto has been unimaginable.
There's no words to even say how we're feeling. When we got the news yesterday, it was too much. It was just too much.
They say she never missed a family function or major milestone, showing up with a smile on her face and a camera in her hand.
She always took pictures of everything. She, like, you could not see her without that camera.
She'll just be so happy, so smiling. She'll give me a hug. Oh, this is my niece. This is my niece.
That smile stayed on her face while she worked. She spent time working for Studi Elementary, helping English language learners, and was a faithful employee at the Waynedale grocery store.
She helped everybody.
Yeah, she helped
everybody. She was loved by a lot of people.
Friday, they watched as her memorial grew outside of Kroger. They say the community support has been overwhelming, and they had no idea the impact Aunt Perla had.
It's amazing. It's amazing how much lives she had touched just by being her. Just by being her and being, with that smile that she greeted everyone with.
Perla leaves behind a devoted husband, 3 children, lots of grandkids, and a big family. They say they are in the process of making funeral arrangements. Taylor Williams, 21 Alive News.
The Waynedale Kroger did remain closed today. The company issued this statement saying, in honor of our colleague, we have made the decision to remain closed for an additional day. This is a moment for us to pause, reflect, and pay our respects to a life that significantly contributed to our store's success and the happiness of our customers. The store will reopen tomorrow morning at 7.
Tonight, we're learning a lot more about the victim of yesterday's stabbing at that Kroger along Bluffton Road.
Family and friends are gathering soon for a vigil there tonight. Our Kara Korzachek is there with more.
Linda and Heather, I'm here at the Waynedale Kroger where a memorial of flowers and candles continues to grow for the stabbing victim of the cashier yesterday. Tonight, residents are gathering for a candlelight vigil to honor 59-year-old Perla Nieto. The vigil will start at 7 and take place at Kroger on Bluffton Road. Those who knew Nieto say she was a strong asset not only to the store, but also the Waynedale community.
Very unfortunate. An extreme tragedy for this Kroger. I mean, she's been here for a long time and everybody loved her, and it's sad that this happened to her.
The lady who organized the vigil says she wanted to do something to honor Nieto and that there will be representatives from a few local churches there tonight. We'll keep you updated on how the vigil goes and people's reaction to the sudden passing. Reporting live from the Waynedale Kroger, Kara Korzachek, 21 Alive News.
All right, thank you, Kara. The man who police say is responsible for the stabbing, Jamard Lewis, will stand before a judge for the first time on Wednesday. He is charged with murder. Court documents say Lewis told police he was in the Kroger earlier yesterday morning, and he got into a confrontation with Nieto. Court papers say he then drove his girlfriend home, then he went back to the store 35 minutes later to stab her.
Hey, Caprice? Kitty? Ava? Hey. You do know that you're probably too young to remember this. Yeah? Caprice? Kitty? I'm listening. Well, do you remember what happened at Waynedale on Thursday? Yeah? It was all over the news. And one of the people who welcomed me to Fort Wayne 5 years ago passed away. She got stabbed. What the fuck? Caprice, watch your language. But, yeah. It was really bad. Ugh. What the hell is this world coming to? I know, Ella. I know. Customers killing employees over some senseless bullshit. Watch your language, Ella, please. Well, folks, not one, but two influential people of mine passed away recently. Now, in case you hadn't heard the news on local Fort Wayne television, one of the people who have welcomed me to Fort Wayne when I moved here from Marion was killed in a Kroger store on Bluffton Road here in Fort Wayne. And she's gonna be greatly missed. And another, by the way, happened nearly 2 months ago. One of the security guards, Hank Cash, passed away from natural causes.
Closed captioning in English, Spanish, French, and Burmese. Of Caprice and Ella is a community service of Ava Learns and Holdings and LGBT Avas in Van Buren, Fort Wayne.
I'm George Williamston, and I'm one of the security guards at Ivor & Zinn Holdings. Most of you now know me as one of Ava Zinn's security guards, and New Orleanians know me as a retired NOPD officer. Everyone wants to feel safe and secure in their homes, but some things just cannot be compromised for any reason whatsoever. Especially in a post-9/11 world and the social media age. Some apartment complex managers think that security cameras may be irrelevant in an apartment complex because of privacy concerns. They think their actions by excluding outdoor surveillance cameras do not matter. But the fact is that people know when criminal activity does happen, and outdoor surveillance as well as Ring doorbells make a difference. When security is threatened, it is going to be taken seriously by a countless number of individuals. Taking away security monitoring from the outside is considered a threat that could put the apartment complex or the tenant in a situation including termination of the apartment complexes, participation in the Section 8 program, higher than normal vacancies at the complex, or even the tenant moving out and finding another place to live because of the nature of the threat.
Caprice and Ella will continue.
In the history of YouTube, no woman lasted longer on American Idol like
Gina Shudo,
or broke more records on The Voice like
Malin Jarman,
or has more fans than.
Daniel Bradbury.
The mission hasn't changed.
For the opportunity to get the female contestants to win American Idol, The Voice, and Dancing with the Stars.
Tonight and next after Caprice and Ella.
Cassidy Paul! Melanie tomorrow!
When the girls win.
Candice!
There's a victory. When the guys win, however.
Of American Idol. Season 11 is... Philip.
It's a humiliating defeat.
as they say in the entertainment industry, by popular demand.
It's back.
So let's get started and make YouTube history with tonight's return of Vote for the Girls. We came back, and it really happened.
Vote for the Girls. Same host. Same pink and purple team moderators. Same blue and red team villains. New episodes. Next following Caprice and Ella.
I just want a decent, normal place to live. But I guess it's just too much to ask.
You had a perfectly good place to live, and you were disloyal to it.
No, CIM Living were the ones who were disloyal, not me. They're the ones who started this whole mess. And I know Fort Wayne Housing Authority is doing their best, or did their best, and look what happened. It's gone from bad to worse.
Our dad owns our home at a trailer court. All you need is a high credit score, good down payment, and enough lot rent.
Listen, Michael and Leah, I happen to know it's asinine.
Ava, we have no choice. It is time to try Time Corners or Preston Point.
I don't know what the fucking rules are anymore. I cannot fucking believe this. I can't fucking believe I'm getting fucking hogtied and fucking tortured by an apartment complex that cares more about profits than their own goddamn tenants. It's fucking asinine. I tell you, I would have more security and be safe in my own home if we didn't have that stupid fucking clause on the fucking lease. Yeah. Sure, I'd like to have more room.
I do too, Ava. I'm with Caprice on this one.
Yeah. That's it. I really hate this place a lot.
I do too, Ava. I would love the luxury of taking a dump without fear.
Elle's right, Ava. It sure would be nice. I agree, Caprice.
You know, I thought Grandpa had learned her lesson when she had the good sense to dump Alyssa. But now she's gone and found another woman to treat her like a bellboy.
You're late.
Grandma, it's good to hear your voice.
What's she selling?
Oh, that's just the step-grandma who drove me here with Pia and Gina.
Brianna Zinn, maiden name Sorensen.
Sorensen? I served with one of your tribe at IPFW. Name of Kraft. You know her?
My mom's name was Veronica Kraft.
That's not her, but probably one of her nieces.
Yeah.
You know, Grandma, it's like old times, being here with Mom and Dad.
It just hasn't been the same since your dad left us.
I gotta say, I really like...
Have you been a chauffeur all your life, Sorensen?
I live on the Far East Side and occasionally visit my wife Ava on the Northeast Side. Just thought I'd help out.
Ava? My old Ava?
Grandma.
My sweet God, is she still around? She was too old for me 25 years ago before she changed. I don't know what year she told you she was, Missy, but that odometer's done rolled over.
Grandma, please.
It doesn't matter what day it is. You don't talk about her like that. Ava's a great trans woman, a wonderful trans woman. And all you did was dump on her. Shame on you. If I catch you talking like that again, I'll kick your ass up US 30 and down I-69 to Muncie.
All right, I'm backing down. One woman's trash is another woman's treasure.
Listen, Ava, I know that this is too much for you to handle. You just can't stay at Gulfview anymore. Things are clearly not working out. Maybe you could move in with me across from Maysville Landing.
You know, Brianna, I'm glad for you, Sierra, Lisa and all, but Caprice, Ella, and I haven't had any family or friend time. Ella, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, Brianna, I'm glad for you, Sierra, and Lisa, and all, but Caprice, Ella, and I haven't had any family or friend time. I haven't been on the City Link in at least 5 days. God knows what's been going on there, but moving in with you on the Far East Side, no. No way. It is not going to happen. Because I've tried it 30 years ago, and you know what it gave me? It gave me 5 abusive relationships, 3 rapes. That's what it got me.
We cannot afford to take that chance, Ava. According to Rob Reiner, these years are critical for the core value development of Sierra and Lisa. Come on, pick up the pace.
But that's not the way I do things.
Then get a new system.
Yeah, you better listen to that slut, Ava. You better listen to Brianna. You're gonna be fucking her up to God knows how much. Caprice, don't talk like that. Damn it. I'm not gonna let this fucking bullshit happen. No fucking way. No fucking way, Brianna.
What is happening is bullshit. I have had enough.
I am too, Brianna. And to an extent, Caprice is fed up. To an extent, Caprice is fed up. Damn right I am. And Ella, yeah. We're just fed up with this bullshit. We're just fed up. I'm just fed up with these assholes who think they know what they're doing when they really don't.
Well, what did you expect?
Hey, guys. Not a big deal, but I need Mom to sign this for school.
What in the Sam hell is this? You got detention for pointing a red laser at your teacher?
You can't teach kids about reading and not expect them to do something about the comprehension involved.
Allison, you know lasers are against the rules at school.
It's an unjust rule. I'm fighting for what I believe in, Grandpa.
You know what, Allison? Just leave the room, please. Just go play with Caprice, Ella, your aunt's here, or Aunt Lisa. Or outside with Pia and Gina, or whatever her name is. God damn it. This isn't right. Yeah. Goddamn zero tolerance bullshit is what it is.
Hey, Caprice, I've got an idea. Why don't we just plant some cocaine in one of the maintenance guys' vehicle or on his toolbox?
That is not going to work. Gabriella. You know what this is gonna get us? The landlord will evict you, Caprice, and myself for doing that, much less saying it.
What?
Well, yeah. They're a bunch of crackheads.
I will say the only thing I did accomplish within the last few years is avoid homelessness. Because the homeless shelters that I know of don't take pets.
You're telling me those are the only two choices we have? Being trapped in a tough apartment complex until June or homeless?
I'm afraid so. I have never needed to make so many shitty sacrifices or make so many fucking compromises that turn out to be horse shit on anything in 30 years. And I'm tired of it. I shouldn't have to compromise a goddamn thing or sacrifice something I enjoy. I don't work that way. I don't work that way, Brianna.
Relax, Ava. Everyone has a bad day. I remember back when I first started as a meteorologist in North Carolina, there was this guy who had a bad day. See? I can't even remember that fella's name now since it's been almost 20 years.
Brianna, I know you want to help, but this is getting way out of control. You just can't treat a grown 41-year-old trans woman like a baby with a bunch of candy in his or her mouth. It ain't fucking right. I just feel like I've been trying to become someone else for the past 2 years. Doing things I don't enjoy or like, and I'm just not gonna fucking do it anymore. And if I never have a clean home again, well, that's just gonna be who I am. And if I don't ever take hell outside again to go do her business, so be it. I would rather have good security and safety with the way I do things than live and be treated like a fucking sex offender.
Ava, I know. And it's okay. You're right. I'm doing this because I want you to be around. As long as possible, because I love you. But I have to let you be you.
Oh, Brianna, I'll still be here for a good long while. I've got a little under 9 years before I join AARP. A little under 14 before I consider those retirement communities or senior living communities. Though I have been semi-retired for 5 years, and I've got a good 19 years that are good left. You tell that landlord who's in the right and who's in the damn wrong. Cause I'm just that cat who hissed at bitch Becky 567 times and hissed at Trampy Tara 250 times, as well as that bullying maintenance guy. What's his dickhead name? His name is Brandon Caprice. Yeah, that dirty son of a bitch.
Yeah. I humped his leg 2 times. Growled and barked at him and the groundskeeper at least 25 times.
In the history of YouTube, no woman lasted longer on American Idol like,
Gina Shudo,
or broke more records on The Voice like,
Malin Jarman,
or has more fans than.
They never have very...
The mission hasn't changed.
For the opportunity to get the female contestants to win American Idol, The Voice, and Dancing with the Stars.
Tonight and next after Caprice and Ella.
Cassidy Paul! Melanie tomorrow!
When the girls win.
Candice!
There's a victory. When the guys win, however.
Of American Idol. Season 11 is... Philip.
It's a humiliating defeat.
And as they say in the entertainment industry, by popular demand,
it's back.
So let's get started and make YouTube history with tonight's return of Vote for the Girls. We came back, and it really happened.
Vote for the Girls. Same host. Same pink and purple team moderators. Same blue and red team villains. New episodes. Next following Caprice and Ella.